Here we go again. Another racial conversation, another racial divide that is trying to be pushed by the media. And guess who's been thrown into the middle of it? Kaden Clark. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it.
For equal opportunity and no discrimination based on what you look like, who you like, and anything of that nature. I think Black women, specifically, I grew up with a lot of prominent Black women in my life that were very important to me and how I was raised and how I grew up, being my stepmom, my AU coach. So I understand like how amazing they are and how they should get the same equal opportunity as a white woman, as a white man, to be an important piece of this league. And it was built on a lot of Black women, this league was. So it's definitely right for them to get the same equal opportunity as everybody else.
To be fair to Paige, the reporter asked her this question after a game. I think it was her last game. The reporter asked her about Black women coaches. Paige answer, I have no issues with. Like, that's her answer. You can agree, you can disagree. That's her answer. My issue is the online narrative that is now being attached to Caitlin Clark, and you can only imagine what they're saying. Caitlin Clark never made a stance. Caitlin Clark haven't spoken up. Paige Becker, she needs to be the face of the WNBA because she's speaking up. And it's just Caitlin Clark has been thrown into another race war, a race divide. And the crazy part about this is Caitlin Clark has made multiple statements on this issue as well. But the WNBA, the media, they will never bring it up because they have an agenda. 2 years ago, Caitlin's rookie year, before Paige was in the league, she went on Time Magazine interview, a national media company, and made she made even a more deeper statement than what Paige just did. But you would never hear the media acknowledge that. Let's get into it. By the way, I'm so tired of this league trying to push this narrative of racism. Like I am. It's a lot of different conversations we can have about racism. Yes, racism still exists in America. I don't believe it's relevant in the WNBA. And I'll explain that in a little bit.
Caitlin Clark, all right? The Indiana Fever star was named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year earlier this week, and she took time to acknowledge that race played a role in her success this year. Here's a passage from the article in Times Magazine. Quote, "I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege. A lot of those players in the league that have been really good have been Black players. This league has been built on them. The more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, I think it's very important. I have to continue to try to change that. The more we can elevate Black women, that's going to be a beautiful thing." And
listen, this is 2024. Once again, the narrative is easily debunked. It's easily dispelled. It's so sickening. It's sickening what the media and the WNBA and whoever is involved in this just pushing up this race war. Like, it's sickening that y'all are trying to attach this woman, Caitlin Clark, to your own negative agenda. It's sickening because it's right here in our faces. And the people who are not so informed, if they just heard what the media is pushing, they will believe it. That's what's sickening about this whole thing.
quote, "You see why I had no problem with her being Times Athlete of the Year? You see why I said that she should have been on Team USA? You see why I had to go off on the likes of Cheryl Swoops and others who were clearly distant and dismissive of her, no matter how much they try to deny it? There was resentment towards her, and here's why I said it was stupid. Because when she came into the WNBA, for 22 plus years, they had been flying commercial. They were begging for chartered flights. She arrives there, and 2 weeks later, they got chartered flights. She automatically and instantaneously improved the conditions. Attendance is still lagging. WNBA is still losing money compared to what you would hope it would earn, but clearly things are on an upward trending trajectory. It's improving, and she has everything to do with it. Attendance for Indiana Fever games? Are you kidding me? WNBA draft, games on ABC, ESPN, television ratings. She's directly responsible. And people were resenting her for it, like she was the cause of the problems that they had for the lack of recognition. No, she just happened to be born white. That's it. Caitlin Clark hasn't spoken against anybody. She hasn't assisted in denying anybody else the privileges they deserve. If anything, she's tried to provide assistance.
And I want to get to this deserve thing. I don't know what they mean about. I don't even Stephen A. Smith. I think I disagree with that. What do they deserve? Like seriously, like let's have an honest conversation. We're talking about basketball. That's all we're talking about. That's all we're supposed to be talking about. We're talking about basketball, professional basketball, which is in the entertainment business. What do they deserve? Your revenue comes off the fans that you have attached to your sport. If you have no fans, you're gonna have no revenue. So I don't necessarily know what he means about deserve. This league has lost money for 30 years, millions of dollars each year. I think Adam Silver came out and said the WNBA has lost a minimum of $10 million each year for 30 years. What company in the history of history will still be open, losing that much money year after year, never turning a profit? So I want us to have a real conversation about this word deserve. And it's nothing against women. It has nothing to do with color. It's just about the product. What's your product entertaining? The NFL is predominantly black. Over half the league is black. The NBA, over 80% of the NBA is black. And them leagues produce billions of dollars each year. This is not a race conversation. Stop making this about race and gender. It's about entertainment. Like, it's sickening. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this narrative and this agenda. Paige Beckers, what you said, I have no issues with what you said. I wouldn't even have made a video on it. You said what you said. I can disagree, or I can agree, and I can move on. The issue comes with the narrative. Why is Caitlin Clark continually being thrown into this nonsense? Paige Becker said what she said. Why are y'all online talking about Caitlin Clark and what she hasn't said when she clearly said it 2 years ago? And she said it more times than that.
A rising tide lifts all boats.
At some point, right is right, and wrong is wrong. This league is not a race issue. And I'm not saying there are not racist people who have came into this league and pushed their agenda on both sides. I'm not saying that. But the majority of the league and the fans that have come into this league want to stick to basketball. We come from other sports. We come from the NFL. We come from the NBA. We come from the MLB. Can you imagine if a professional ping pong player start pushing the agenda that they don't get paid more because of racism or some type of agenda? No, people are not interested in ping pong on a national level. So you're not gonna have fans. So you're not gonna have revenue. The WNBA, it was not a race issue. It was just a product on the floor, the entertainment. And guess what? Women are not the ones who support your league the most. Males do. Men support the WNBA the most. Not women. Even women are saying that your league is not entertaining. You know how many women support the NFL? You know how many women support the NBA? We want to be entertained. Stop with all the nonsense.
She's trying to be the rising tide that lifts the boats. And there was sisters resentful of her.
It was
resentful of the system.
A lot of people was resentful.
Be resentful of the folks, primarily the white folks, who basically disenfranchised y'all all of these years before she came along.
You shouldn't be resentful of nobody. Stephen A. This is my issue with Stephen A. in this video. Because right now I think he's pandering. There shouldn't be no resentment. Who are you resenting? There was no fans. Like what are we talking about? This league should have been done with many years ago. They have lost over $10 million each year for 30 years, a minimum. Some years they lost more than that. There shouldn't be no resentment. Like, let's keep it real. This is not about race. It shouldn't be about race. It shouldn't be about agenda. It shouldn't be about your personal lives. I don't care what you do in your personal life. I don't care the color of your skin. I am a Christian. I say that again. I do not care. I know majority of the fans that come into this league do not care. Just read the comments. Let's keep it about basketball.
Who denied you the acclaim and the allure and the profits you richly deserved.
Stephen A. And I wanted to play this because I wanted to show that Stephen A. like he can keep it real, but also he can pander. I want Stephen A. Why do they deserve it? Why? Why do they deserve it?
But you don't take that out on Caitlin Clark. Not her. She's the one that assists you. When black folks was marching during the civil rights era and fighting every battle they possibly could, they weren't.
Yo, I can't. He talking about the civil rights. He talking about slavery, and this is. Do you know how ridiculous this is to compare the WNBA to the civil rights movement and slavery and segregation? Let's get to some of these comments. You got to come in here. As a black woman, I just want to say that I am tired of race being the focal point of every topic. I agree. This woman is undeniably a great athlete, and it's unfair that her accomplishments are being overshadowed by jealousy, hatred, pettiness, resentment, and prejudice. All I have to say is, Caitlin, don't ever allow anyone to dull your shine. It's your time to shine. So in the words of Rihanna, shine bright like a diamond. You got skin color should not be any kind of qualifier for your proficiency at your job. You got damn if she do, oh dang if she do, dang if she don't. She's stuck in between a rock and a hard place when all she want to do is hoop. I agree. She bent the knee and still want to accept her just the way it is. As a black woman, I'm so sick of the race conversations. The girl is phenomenal. Give her flowers. People who don't like her are not going to suddenly like her. That's what I said. They have made their decisions. It's called prejudice. As a black man, I think it's a joke. Let the girl play basketball. Listen, I don't know if this ever going to be fixed. I think when you have had a league 30 years, you deep into 30 years of just agenda pushing, narrative pushing, I think it's going to be hard to change in a year or two. I just think the people that's embedded in this league from top to bottom has been here for a while. It's probably going to be a while before you get new people taking their place. And it's just going to be an issue. I don't see this changing. I think the first step has to be get rid of Kathy. I will say that. But once again, another narrative has been debunked. Paige Beckers, I don't even have no comment on what you said. Like a reporter asked you that, you have the right to answer the question how you want to answer the question. But this nonsense of just throwing Caitlin Clark into it, saying she never made a statement, which she has multiple times, as far back as her rookie year. I don't know, man. It's annoying. It's annoying to me because I get tired of this conversation. I get tired of the narrative pushing. I do not care about your personal life. What you do in your personal life is your personal life. I have my personal life to worry about and my family. I don't care about your skin color. I think there's multiple ethnicities, but there's only one race, the human race, like God said. But as far as if the WNBA continues this nonsense, the league won't grow no more than where it's at now, and I think it will only decrease because people gonna get tired. People gonna get tired of this nonsense. But let me know what you think. I'm Jay Williams. This is the Sports Collective. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.